All right, so let's start talking about descriptive settings and context. Now, section 1 of this chapter, we're going to talk about the importance of setting. Now, if you're ready to learn about the importance of setting in a memoir story specifically, let's go ahead and get started. The setting in a memoir story is kind of like the backdrop of a painting. It's the context that surrounds the experiences, and it helps create a more immersive and vivid experience for your readers. Here's just a few ways that we can get a little bit deeper in that by using your setting. All right, number 1, it creates a sense of place. Now, I know that seems obvious because we're talking about settings, but there's a couple different ways that we can talk about place. One is your emotional place, my place in this world, which is your feeling of attachment, but also your literal place, where if you are giving that context to your reader of what room you're in or what state you're in or what, atmosphere you're in, then that is a literal place, but both of them work hand in hand. As a reader, you want a little bit of both. So make sure that you set your location, that you tell your reader where you are. You want to go into enough emotion and enough description without being too much, though. Number 2, it adds depth and richness to your story. Now, by that, what I mean is it actually enhances your reader's mood and the tone of the story by using these layers of, if you talk about how you dim the lights, when you read the words dim the lights, your reader is automatically going to understand, okay, so they're either tired, they have a migraine headache, or they're about to get romantic. There's only a few scenarios where when they read, they dim the lights, that your reader is going to start making some emotional assumptions. Number 3, it sets the stage for the experiences. Now, let's talk, because you want your readers to understand the context and the background of your story. Let's say that, a person is going through a really rough time and they want to, maybe they're considering suicide, and, they take their car at dusk over to this cliff that is well known as, the place where cars drive off the edge and don't return. If you write that in there, about this cliff that's well known, and you draw that picture for your reader, the reader is automatically going to start feeling, the heaviness in the protagonist who is going through that. So when you do that, make sure that you set the stage for the experiences too, because that actually will help them get there without you even using the words. Number 4, it takes and it creates a sense of nostalgia. So, you can transport them back to a different time, a different place, help them remember their own experiences during that time. Now, I'm not saying everybody is going to be in this era, but what if, what if someone talked about the 1920s or the Great Depression, or the Korean War, or the first perfect pitch game, anything like that. Those things, those big things, will automatically trigger emotions in your readers. There's people that will talk about all of these major time frames where something big happened, and your reader will instantly go there with you. So use what you have to bring them there faster, so that, like I've said, you don't have to write 100 words if you can draw them a picture with 10 words. Number 5, it can reflect your internal landscape. Now, what I mean by that is it actually can help convey your emotions and your feelings and add a deeper layer of meaning to your story. If you're talking about, you're sitting in your room and you've got your windows closed and the curtains are drawn and it's dark and it's drab, they know you're in a dark place. They know you're not, singing and dancing around your room. So that set, drawing that picture, that visual really helps your reader. Number 6, it can create tension and conflict. For example, if your story takes place in a turbulent or dangerous environment, this can create a sense of danger and uncertainty for the readers. Let's say, your character is going into a nuclear plant. They're going to know, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why are they talking about this? There's probably something that is going to happen. What's going to happen? I wonder, is this somewhere back when there was a major leak? What's going on here? They're going to instantly start, in their mind trying to figure out what it is you're getting at, because you're not going to talk about them going to a nuclear plant if something's not going to happen, right? So you draw that picture. Number 7, it creates a sense of time and history. It can help you anchor your story to a particular era. We kind of talked about that, the time period, and provide that important context for your experiences. So again, if you talked about, the Great Depression, and how you would, you were a small child or something like that, and you remember days of not eating, but everybody didn't eat, but at least you made it, something like that. You could draw that visual of being hungry, and different things. Number 8, it can be a character in itself. Now, this one's a little bit weird, and I remember the first time that I heard this, I thought, well, that's crazy. How can your setting be a character? But it really can. If you think of, let me think. There's like a Will Smith movie. I don't remember what that one was called, but where he's basically alone on the planet, and it's him and his dog, and it's the end of the world. That setting is the nemesis, the setting in survival, and all of those monsters out there. That's the character that he's fighting against. So in that aspect, your setting actually can be a character. So keep that in mind. If it's your battle against a setting, then absolutely take that and run with it. Number 9, it can help create a mood. And obviously we've talked about this all the way through, but it really does. Writing out your setting and drawing those visuals for your reader will help put them instantly into the mindset and the mood, the emotions that you're trying to get them to. If it takes them to a dark place, a foreboding emotion, it can create the sense of tension and suspense. You want to do that. That's a really, really great way to use your words to hone straight in on where you want your readers to be. And then number 10, it can inspire creativity. The setting of your memoir, and it doesn't have to be the whole memoir. It can be, just a scene, just one little scene can have this setting here, and that will, create and inspire creativity. It can spark your imagination and help you come up with new ideas and perspectives for your story. So make sure that, and I believe if you're following me, and make sure you subscribe, by the way, if you're following me, you've probably already heard me talk about how just getting the details can help, but don't over detail things, because you want your reader to get engaged, and they get engaged the best, not when you tell them every single detail, but they get engaged when you tell them just enough to get them on their own journey with you. So remember, setting is absolutely important. It's vital part of your memoir, and it adds depth and richness to your experiences. It creates a more immersive experience for your readers. I really think that once you get started on creating your settings, you're going to be addicted. It's an amazing feeling to be able to take something that's flat and then make it come to life. So get out there, have some fun, and let your creativity soar.